Damn it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your final 7 Tribal Council for Trinity Survivor. So, I'm out and about right now, so I'm doing this on my phone in the car. Yeehaw. But that's not important. What is important is that sitting here with immunity tonight, guaranteed a spot in the final 6, is Pietro, who
Yeah.
somehow hit the million, which I've never seen happen. But it happens. So, Pietro, how are you feeling coming into this tribal tonight?
I'm feeling amazing because I not only have immunity, but I also have $1 million. Um, it is just amazing to feel safe in Final 7. I do feel like immunity came in the right time because a lot of shit is going on just like usual, and in a crazy cast like this, you're only safe when you have immunity.
Fair enough. So, Chris, it's already been mentioned that this is a crazy cast, a crazy final 7. Has this round been crazy at all? Would you like to talk about what's gone on?
Extremely crazy. Um, the only one safe here tonight is Pietro. I thought everyone's names has probably been thrown out about today. So let's see where these votes fly, Jeffrey. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, Jay, have you heard all 6 of your names tonight? And if that's the case, how do you ensure that it's not your name being written down?
I heard one name, and that's the name I've told people. So I don't. Granted, I've also been at work. So once again, but I mean, if anybody wants to come to my PMs and tell me the other names, no complaints here. But I've said one name, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. So, Nick, we're getting down to the end of the game here, and the jury's starting to shape up, and the finals are starting to shape up. So how do you go about shaping up your resume?
I feel like I feel like there's 2 ways to play for a resume. There's one where you just make the moves that are best for you, and like if the jury respects it, they're going to respect it, or you like pander to the jury, and I feel like that's a very double-edged sword. Like there's some seasons like Edge of Extinction where like Chris was doing like all the right things and the jury was like, yes, good job. Well, most of the jury was like, yes, good job. But then there's other times where it's kind of seen as like, did you just make that move to impress us? Like, I don't know. For me, my resume isn't necessarily something that's like a priority for me. It's more of getting to the end so I can present my case and resume. Like you can have a really nice, like beautiful, like here's every great move I've ever made, but if you're not sitting at the end, it goes in the bin. So you really need to focus on that first step before you can get to that second step.
So, Caleb, we're getting down to the end of the game. Have sides really started to like form in stone, or at Final 7, are we still looking at a very fluid game?
I think the closer we get to it, the more things are forming. There are definitely still those interconnected relationships. I don't think those are going to go away at all. But, I mean, we're only, 4 votes away from a final 3, and tonight's one of those. So I think people are trying to lock down something to get there because it's right around the corner. And so I think people are trying to solidify things. Doesn't make it any easier, though.
Jake, is anything this season truly solid?
Not a damn thing. Because everyone has something else to say. Everyone else has a different opinion. Everyone else sees a different route to get where everybody wants to be. So no, nothing in this game has ever been easy, and I don't think it ever will be.
I would just like to interject. Is that a cardboard cutout I see of you behind you?
Oh my God, yes, let me get it.
I need to change my vote real quick.
The twist is the cardboard cutout is also casting a vote tonight, so good luck, everybody.
So, X, everyone seems to have their own ideas and opinions on what should happen tonight. So, is it possible for those to come together to make something happen, or is everyone kind of looking at different things?
I think everyone, they can say that they're not on one plan, but I think there are groups, and I think they know what they want to do. And I think everyone individually knows what they want to do. But I think an important factor in this game is sometimes you have to be willing to give. If you're not willing to give, you're not going to get long term. And I think that's coming to action with these next couple of votes. I think the more people give, the more they'll get, because you do have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to look at other people's games. You can't just expect everyone to want to do what you want to do. So I do think that, but I also, you never know. It's fucking Survivor, and everyone on this tribe's fucking crazy.
Do you think there's people on this tribe out of the 7 who have been less willing to give than others?
Yeah, I think that you have to do that though. I think if you give too easy, then you're never going to get anything. No one's ever going to respect you because at that point they'll just think they can take advantage of you. I think final 7 on, you need to make a stand. 100% need to make a stand, and I think some people have made a stand too long and haven't given anything. You can give a lot, but your actions—that's what you need to give. You need to be willing and actually doing something that other people want. You can't just sit here and this is what I want. This is how it's gonna go. I don't like that. I'm sick of it.
So, Pietro, how difficult is a vote like this? Like, especially this late into the game?
I mean, everyone is just worried about their end games. So I think everyone is going to base their votes on how can you put yourself in the best position to get to the final 3. So that's why it's hard, because everyone has their own opinions, and it's hard to get like a majority of 4 people having the same opinion about who should leave.
So, Chris, what does it take to really get any sort of majority in this game?
Well, besides out of 4 votes out of 7, it takes, you never really know how people are actually voting until you read the votes. You don't know who's lying to you. You gotta hope and pray to the survivor gods that you're not in anyone's crosshairs.
I've just really enjoyed asking this question lately. Jay, what would you say the word of the day is for this round?
You want to ask the person who's been at work for 8.5 hours what the word of the day is.
You answer, you fucking pussy.
Okay.
Wow.
To me, the word, the day of the word, the word of the day is future for me. I always talk about looking at the here and now, and now I'm starting to think of, with Final Tribal Council being so close, what is best for the future as well. So for me, my word of the day is future. I don't know about the rest of these bitches. They can do what they want, but for me, it's the future.
Caleb, how certain of a future is anything in this game right now?
Oh, there's no certain future. I mean, it's been said before, this cast is like, I want to say cracked out, but that's mean. I think we're all just really good players, and at the end of the day, we're all trying to look to make it to the end. And we're all playing to like a caliber that I haven't really seen before in an org. Granted, I haven't played that many, but it's really interesting, and I don't think it makes anything certain in this game. I know every single time I go into a tribal council, I feel afraid. Even if I haven't heard my name, even if I know I'm not getting any votes, I feel scared because there's always that possibility. There's always going to be that possibility.
So, Jake, where does this season compare to other seasons you've played? or the other games you've played?
For me, this one is right up there with intensity. It's right up there with the fact that everybody wants to be in the end. You know, usually at this point, there's somebody that's playing for third, and like everybody knows it. This time around, no one's really doing that. So I think that definitely makes this season above any of the other ones I've ever played, because everyone here knows what they want to do and knows what they got to do to make it happen. And everyone's going to do that at this point. So I definitely think it's just the stakes are so high, and one false move will destroy you. Not to be dramatic.
That's a really interesting sentiment. Nick, would you say this is a cast of 7 people all playing hard for the win?
Yeah, and I feel like everyone's playing a little differently too at this point. Like how I don't even remember who said it, but like how we all have different opinions and stuff. I feel like that also falls into our like our play styles. Like I feel like a good majority of us could win if we get to the end. I genuinely think it's just like what the jury's looking for at that moment.
So, Pietro, what would you say puts one style of gameplay over another at this stage of the game with everyone playing as hard as they are?
I cannot give you an answer. Just like Nick said, I think everyone in here can say why they deserve to win, and everyone here deserves to win at some point. Like it only depends on like how the jury's going to be feeling at the day. That's what I feel like.
Keaton, Z, do either of you have questions?
I don't know how to think.
You know, I always can think of a question.
Go for it.
So the last couple of times, I've sort of gone into the future to some degree, and like, but I want to see like who's actually feeling reasonably good about the past. We'll include Pietro. Pietro, just for a second, imagine you don't have immunity for this one. If you were the one to go tonight, by show of hands, how many of you would be happy with the game you've played? Everyone but Jay.
And Nick is only sorta.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got to ask Jay, why no?
I guess the lack of like talking, I felt game talk with a few people for me is the majority of the reason. Like I feel like everyone here I can talk to on like a personal / day-to-day basis. But there are some people here that I still have yet to talk gaming with. And like for me, like I've always considered myself a social player, somebody who can easily just talk game and not talk game like that. And I do feel like I've kind of let myself down in that aspect this season.
Okay. And Nick is the halfway.
I mean, I would kind of just like have to be happy with it if I leave. It's not like if I say like, oh no, I'm not happy with it, I get like sent back into the game. So I would have to like get accustomed to like how I played. But heck no, I would want to like go as far as I can. So that's why I only said half, because like eventually I'd be sitting there, like I wouldn't be like spending like my days crying over how I did, but like eventually I'd be like, you know what? It's good. It aged like wine. It aged like milk. Whatever. But it happened. I have to be content. But no, I want to go as far as I can.
Okay, and then I want to hit one of the people who put their hands up. Pietro, as you're the safe one, you seem the safest person to ask. Why are you happy with your game?
I mean, if I'm not happy for my game, how can I convince the jury that I play good? So I feel like we have to be proud of our games, and we have to be like able to convince others that we are playing good if we want to have a shot at winning.
Fair enough. All right,
So
Jules,
what
I'm
you're
done.
saying is that you lied. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so I'll open the floor up to you guys for a second here. If any of you have anything you want to say before we get to the votes, now's the time to do so.
Shout out to Connor and Jabari.
Okay. So
Shout out to Nathan, rest and recover.
okay, so Keaton's going to fling me into a breakout room this time, and then one at a time you'll come over and you'll see me, and you'll cast your vote with me. So Keaton, go ahead and do that.
You can fling me too. There's no house call yet.
Okay. So we got Zart, we got Julian, and then the first person going in is, come on, please. Can I not be dense for once in my life?
Might be asking a little too much from the Lord on that one.
I know.
Wait,
Bella, why are you fucking with the bag? You got food in your bowl. Can you stop? I see you.
I'm learning how to breakout room. We're doing it.
It's gonna be another tribal council Julian's gonna have to edit, I see.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Does Julian usually tell you guys who's going next?
No, he'll just say who's going now.
Okay. You can tell I don't watch the tribals. Okay. Chris, you're going in?
Also, shout out to the queen this season, Angel.
can we talk about how she got 14th and did not deserve 14th?
Queen.
Hey, Jake, you're going in?
Chris, please tell me that's a doll in your background.
This is my mannequin head.
I just looked at your picture and saw like a head.
Yeah,
I was really concerned.
Okay, Jay, you're going in?
Send me in.
yeah. The mannequin head. We're fine. I promise.
Okay, X, you're going in? Okay, Pietro, you're going in? And Caleb, you're going in. Okay, that's everyone. They're coming back shortly.
Hello, all of the votes are in. Give me a minute to record them.
Are you telling me Julian has no cards in his car?
Oh, yes. He knew what he was doing. He went to his friends, and now he's in a car, and he brought index cards with him to make sure he could record the votes.
Tackling.
Commitment.
So what I'm hearing is get ready for grade A lighting is what I'm
All
yeah.
the way up to the screen.
Get prepared for pre-jury X.
Wow.
You were in your car all of pre-jury X. Be quiet.
And it got me through there, so.
He said, let me go run back to that car real quick.
Yeah, it kept me safe apparently.
God, I wish. What does safe feel like? Can somebody tell me? What does it feel like?
What does what feel like?
Being safe.
God fucking damn it, I forgot to unmute again.
Julian, you're this thing called an idiot?
Oh, wow.
Shut up. Okay. If anyone has a history idol and would like, now's the time to do so. Okay. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the trouble counts area. I'll read the votes. First vote. Chris. Nick. Chris. Nick. 2 votes Chris, 2 votes Nick. Nick. Chris. 3 votes Nick, 3 votes Chris, 1 vote left. And the next member of the jury is Nick.
Sorry, sweetie. You tried, though.
It's okay.
Nick, any final word?
Bye,
Not
Nick.
really. Love you, Pietro and Jake. Bye.
All right, Nick, thank you so much for playing. The tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. And with that, we are down to 6. Shocking blindside, crazy close votes. Like I said before, who knows where this season's going? All right, Keaton, you can stop the recording.
Now I'm
Roar!
gonna go to work. I'll talk to you sluts later. Bye, guys.